gobblers in there 2 weeks ago. I come walking up to this flat part on the ridge. We're almost at the very top of the hill. I start seeing some sign. And it's real thick in here. I can see an opening up ahead of me. I stopped for a second. I called a little bit. And a hen answered me. About 40, 50 yards to my left. And I'm like, it's probably somebody else calling. It turns out it was a turkey. I had another hen over here too, I think. But I froze in my tracks as soon as I heard it. I watched, and to my left here, she came walking out of the thick stuff. Let's see if we can't strike up a gobble. I still probably got 600 yards until I get where I think those gobblers are hanging out. I'll check back in with you. Well, I got up here to the spot where I scouted a couple weeks ago. Back off behind me here is where I had originally heard those turkeys gobbling. That was on April 19th. I've seen one turkey today. It was a hen. And I just stopped the call for a minute. Heard the hen call. Figured it was probably another hunter close by. I froze, stopped for a second, looked around, and hen came walking right to me. But I've called all the way across this top, and I haven't heard one gobble in response. So I don't know if the birds just shut up, but I'm gonna call off this edge here. There's a buck rub on this tree right here. I'm gonna do a little calling off this edge here, off this point. See if I can't strike up something on the hillside. And I'm gonna loop my way back around. Walk the top all the way back out, back to the car. It took me about 2.5 hours to get here. So it was a long, long walk. And I was going pretty slow. I'm gonna pick up the pace a bit on the way back. But we're almost at 2 mile walk. I'm gonna loop, so the mountain is pretty skinny. I'm gonna loop around the opposite edge and call down that edge this time. I called this edge this time, over here. I'm gonna call the opposing edge this time, see if I can't strike something up. Saw a bald eagle on the way in, that was pretty sweet. It's super wild up here, it's pretty cool. Just had a snack, got my blood sugar back up. Big gulp of water. We're gonna call around this edge, loop our way back around. We can only hunt till noon, it's already 9 o'clock. So, let's get after it. Mm-hmm.
Just trying to find a way through.
She went underneath it. See if the little one goes under too. Yep, under it.
Bastards.
I don't know how well you can hear me. I took the mic off because it broke a piece of it yesterday on the four-wheeler. But we got outsmarted this morning. Came into this field and we had a bird responded to us yesterday down low on the hillside. Got in there this morning, decided we were going to start calling again like we did yesterday. And with it being so cold and having all with it being so cold and having all the snow on the ground, we decided that maybe we should just, instead of staying in one spot and freezing our butts off, maybe walk around a little bit, see if we can't find some turkeys. Because the property we're hunting has a whole bunch of pastures and fields, and we thought, we'll just go check fields until we find them. Well, we went and checked the fields, came back, and the turkeys were in the field that we originally set up in. Spooked them out of here. Had we stayed put, lesson learned. Had we stayed put, we probably would have gotten a crack at those birds. Always go with your first instinct. Well, we're going to sit till noon. Doug is positioned in a tree back behind me. So, yeah, we'll see if we see anything. Wait, they might be coming our way now. All right. Fuck. I'm gonna try to call a couple more times, see if we can't draw them this way. I think they're just feeding right there. Dude, we might be able to crawl up there. All right. No, army crawl all the way the fuck up there, all right? Stay, come back here, come back. We decided to army crawl across the cut to the opposite side on the wood line. Our plan was to sneak up the side of the pipeline in the woods, about 10 yards deep, and try to get within close range of these turkeys. We had given them a few calls before and were unsuccessful in getting responses. In fact, the entire trip we weren't getting much responses as far as gobbles. So we decided instead of having the turkeys come to us, we were going to go to them. With plenty of wind cover, we had minimal noise going against us, so we thought, hey, we'll try to sneak up there. The turkeys were very comfortable with where they were at, and we ranged them at 200 yards initially. As we worked up the cut, I would catch glimpses of them every now and again, but I couldn't specifically locate where they were. Turns out they were on the left side most of the time based on the footage, which kind of went against us because I had a hard time locating them. I think we were actually within about 50 yards of the turkeys when they finally spooked out right here. Close, but no cigar. Even though we didn't kill any birds, we all had a blast at turkey camp. A great group of guys hunting together. The camaraderie was fantastic, and I can't wait to get back out there and keep pursuing these birds. Hopefully we can get a gobbler down by the end of the season. Thanks for watching.
Power bait smells fucking horrible, so.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to cover my mouth, but I can't because I want to drink my beer. Life's hard.
Life's tough. Oh yeah, I'm fishing.
How much was that head mount?
Came with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.